just do our spiritual workout warm up. So I invite you to close your eyes along with me. And let's just, nothing fancy here, just take note of the breaths we are receiving, and let's have the intention for doing so to become more present, to be a little bit more connected with our bodies in this moment. And just notice whatever natural rhythm you have right now. It's perfect. Inhaling and exhaling. No judgment. Okay. So tonight's warm-up is all about, well, let me rephrase that, is something about anger. Anger. It's not going to be all about anger. That would be far too much time. But I want to talk specifically about anger that hangs around with us for a while versus the kind of anger that erupts in the moment when something completely unexpected and unwanted happens, like somebody just up and punches you in the face, right? And then you're going to possibly have an angry reaction to that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking basically about all the other kinds of anger, or the ways we experience anger, where it seems like maybe something wasn't that big of a deal, but our response to it was a big deal. And so in spiritual workout terms, first and foremost, I'm hearing myself say and write so much over the years, just this sentence that says, I love anger, or anger is a great start. And fundamentally, anger is a springboard. In spiritual workout terms, I really see anger as a springboard. So the good news about anger, and what is so wonderful about it, is it shows us so very clearly something about ourselves, something that we find abhorrent, something that we find impossible to abide. So first and foremost, it's a springboard into ourselves, into learning something about who we are and what we value. If we stop to take a moment to say, okay, what is it that I am so unwilling to accept here? What is it that I just cannot align with? And what does that say to me about me? There may very well be some good information in that for you. So a springboard into one's own psyche is one of the benefits of anger. Beyond that, anger fundamentally is non-acceptance. Here is something in my reality, and I don't accept it. I do not accept this. So on the one hand, it goes to the conversation we just had about finding, well, what does that say to me about me? And yet, as soon as we know that we are in non-acceptance, we know that we are not being present. So anger is also an opportunity, a springboard, to remind us to be more present. If I'm not accepting something, I'm not being present. So again, the anger might be something that can remind me about being present and about growing that muscle and all that it entails, which means acceptance and no judgment. Again, we don't have to like it. We don't have to condone it. It's not about that. It's just about acceptance. But I think an equally juicy or also juicy place that we can springboard into from anger is to set a shiny, clear intention for what we'd prefer to experience. If we are that angry, there is inside of whatever degrees and levels of anger and rage that we are experiencing, inside the juicy center of all of it is the desire for the opposite of what we're experiencing. This is what we know in spiritual workout all the time, right? We're always finding opportunities to set shiny, clear intentions for what we want to be, what we want to do, and what we want to have. We know the law of attraction is always on. So the longer I stay in anger, the more anger I am guaranteed to experience in the future. But if I can just take a moment and say, what am I so angry about? What would I prefer to experience? Well, obviously, blah, 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 blah. Or I don't know, and I'm going to have to sit and think about it. But it's not going to take very long. And then, boom, there we have it, a shiny, clear intention, or at least the opportunity to create a shiny, clear intention. So these are just some of the ways that I think we can look at this thing called anger. We don't have to judge it as bad or wrong or negative in any way, shape, or form. It just is. And as we're saying here, it can also be a terrific opportunity in terms of our growth and development. The trap is to just stay in the anger and create more of it. The opportunity is to springboard into our own psyches, springboard into our own growth and development, and certainly springboard into a shiny, clear intention or set of intentions for what we'd prefer to experience. That's all I got on that for now. So, nice deep breath with me, if you would. Hold on to the juicy parts, let go of the other parts. Come on back and let's talk about what you want to talk about.